Very often, door lock sets fail and have to be replaced. The primary reason they fail is the internal mechanism is made of inexpensive metal and it wears quite quickly and jams the plunger in the door. When that occurs, you have no choice but to replace the whole lock set. To replace the whole lock set, it's just a matter of removing 4 screws and taking the lock set apart and replacing it with a new one. To remove the 4 screws, we simply take a cross-point screwdriver and we remove the mount screws. Once we have removed the screws, we separate the inside piece of the lock set from the outside. With the inside section is moved, it's just a matter of removing the outside half from the outside of the door. Once we have the 2 halves of the doorknob removed, we're going to replace the plunger mechanism because the plunger mechanism is worn in this area right in here. To remove the plunger mechanism, we have 2 screws on the outside edge of the door. Just a matter of removing those screws and pulling the plunger mechanism from the door itself. Once we remove the screws, we just pull the plunger mechanism out of the door. And what's wrong with this lock set is the plunger mechanism here is jammed up, whereby you cannot unlock the door. When replacing a lock set, it's best to replace it with the exact same model and style that you originally had on the door. This is a Schlage lock set, probably one of the most popular door lock sets used in America for inside as well as outside doors. To replace it, we simply remove it from the package and all the hardware. And we take the plunger, taking the new plunger, we place it into the door edge and reinstall the 2 mount screws. If the plunger mount screws are worn, or if the hole is worn, it's best to put a little bit of glue on the screw so it will stay in place once it's set. Once we have that installed, we take a replacement doorknob and we insert the one from the outside first. Engaging it in the lock slide. Then we align our 2 mount screws and we reinstall it by tightening up the screws. Now that we have the screws tight, a lock set is completely installed. To function it, simply use the new key and lock the door from the outside and lock it from the inside to ensure that it's functioning properly. That's really all there is to replacing a lock set. It's really a task that any do-it-yourself homeowner can do for himself. When purchasing a new lock set, make sure that you get the new lock set keyed to the key that was in the old lock set. Otherwise, you get in a situation where you have 1 key for one door and 1 key for a different door. If you purchase the replacement lock set at a regular hardware store, they usually have a technician that can key your new lock to the old key. If you purchased your new lock set at Home Depot or Lowe's, they may not have a technician on duty that can rekey the new lock to the old key. That's all there is to replacing a door lock set. And it doesn't make any difference whether it's an inside door or an outside door. The process of replacing it is exactly the same. For more information on do-it-yourself home improvement projects, take a look at our website at Do-It-Yourself Home Improvement Plus.